right, so hello, welcome. This is our general meeting number 2 for ACM during the winter quarter, and it's all about NFTs. And so, we out here at ACM, we like to ride the trends, and so NFTs right now is a big trend in the tech industry. So let's dive a little bit deeper into it and learn about all that code that goes into a JPEG of a monkey. So yeah. And also, if you don't know, by the way, this monkey on the right here sold for 3,000 when it should have sold for 30 or 300,000. So yeah, people be losing a lot of money in here. But yeah, it is crazy. It's crazy. So let's have a little introduction. What is an NFT? I'm pretty sure all of you guys have thought about this 1 second and just trying to probably figured it out like the next, because NFT stands for non-fungible token. And pretty much that means it's something that can't be replaced with another item. So for example, you have a Pokemon card, right? You have a Pokemon card that is a shadowless Charizard PSA mint 10, and that means that it costs like $500,000, right? And then your buddy, he's got a Pikachu that is clearly printed out on a piece of paper that he's just trying to trade with the people at recess. Yeah, that's what I try to do. But that really isn't a real Pokemon card, so that isn't gonna be the same value. So you can't replace your Charizard with that little rinky-dink piece of paper. So that's pretty much what an NFT is. OG artwork, another example of what a non-fungible token is. Like the Mona Lisa would be an NFT technically. What if the Carbon Pikachu is an NFT? Then yeah, if they only made one of them, then we'll give it intrinsic value. NFTs get their value from scarcity. Same thing as like any piece of art. If you have value for a piece of artwork, but nobody's gonna sell it, no one's gonna buy it for that value, then it's not. Then technically, is it actually that value? Like that. It's some straight mind games. We live in the matrix, but I have right here a counterexample would be money. Money wouldn't be an NFT because you can exchange it with the same currency and still end up with the same result. So you have, $1, and then another dude has $1. You give him $1. Guys exchange dollars. Same thing. It's just $1. So yeah, if you ever needed a clarification what NFT was, there you go. And the big thing that people are stressing about NFTs is that it brings ownership of digital media to the internet. And so that's the big thing. That's the reason why artists love it. That's the reason why uh, people who are making any software love it. They can make money off of it because of scarcity. And it's a part of the Ethereum blockchain, which is, what is a blockchain? That gives me a segue to this slide, which is uh, basically a blockchain is a distributed database that is shared among several computers in the network. So you just have a bunch of computers contributing to the blockchain. Every single time a piece of information is added to a blockchain, uh, it is linked through or with a record of that link being held on the blockchain as well. And it guarantees the security of it guarantees security of a record of data without needing a third party. So that's where you get your dApps, your decentralized applications. We don't need a third party because the blockchain itself contains the information of all the transfers and so on. And so a big thing that is important about the blockchain is that each individual block that makes up the blockchain is immutable, which means that you can't actually change the information once it's on there. The only you can do is read it and write it, but if you write it, you have to write a new, block. And so last point right there, new links create records of when the information was added. So it's that intrinsic ledger, that intrinsic part of the blockchain that keeps track of everything. And so the way that we actually interact with the blockchain is through smart contracts. And smart contracts are programs that are stored in the blockchain that can run when predetermined conditions are met. And so we have this graphic on the right here, which is Bob wants to sell his house and John wants to buy the house, right? And so in the real world, we'll have like this third party guy just like putting all the pieces together. Oh, I get money from you, and then you get money from him, or I give the money to him, and then you get his stuff that he wanted to sell, and all that stuff. It's a very complicated thing that can be solved with a smart contract, which automatically does all of that logistics for you. Like, we have a smart contract that says this person is selling a house, and if a person rolls up and interacts with that smart contract and buys and gives the amount of money that the dude was trying to sell the house for, then bada bing bada boom, you're done. You sold the house, right? It automatically transfers everything that needs to be transferred. And so lower down here, we have it's used to automate the execution of an agreement. A smart contract essentially is an agreement that this house is going to be sold. And it uses simple if-then statements that execute on the blockchain, that if I get 10 Ethereum, I will give you this token. That's an example. And that's pretty much what NFTs are based on, smart contracts. And how do we exactly outline the smart contract? What does it look like? Is it like a piece of paper? Not really. It's just code. It's just code that is put in a specific standard, so we can interface it in a common way. And so the ERC 721 standard is the standard for NFTs on the Ethereum blockchain. So every single NFT that you see will include this standard that will include every single method that the NFT needs to actually implement in order to actually be considered an NFT. So it outlines how the smart contract is going to work. And so that includes the interface that each NFT has to implement, such as being able to transfer, how do you approve of it, how do you mint something, what sort of variables does it include, all that sort of fun stuff. And so again, we want the NFT to be supported in a common way, so that different things can actually, or different mediums can interact with the NFT, in an abstracted, like encapsulated kind of way. So we don't really want to know how the NFT works on the insides. We just want to know it's an NFT, that abstraction sort of stuff. And we also have stuff like TRC 721, which is another standard. It's not for the Ethereum blockchain. TRC 721 is for the Tron blockchain, but still the same thing. It's still NFTs. And then we have a contrast to ERC 721, which is ERC 20, which is the standard for regular tokens. So these are your fungible tokens, FTs, not NFTs, right? So Ethereum, the actual token itself, is ERC 20. So it doesn't include specific standards that are included with 721. And so that's the standard. And so then the big thing that NFTs are getting a bad rap for, and something that the crypto scene is trying to work towards, is environmental sustainability. And so Ethereum is built on a proof of work system, where that means people are mining constantly to try to solve problems in order to prove that certain ledgers or certain transactions are legit. And so this proof of work requires a lot of energy, and it takes a lot of energy on purpose so we can repel bad actors. If you look at the thing on the left, or on the right here, you can see that the only way to actually create a malicious block on something that is on a proof of work system is by being more powerful than 51% of the computers in the entire network. So every single person that is mining for Ethereum, if you want to actually put like a bad block on the Ethereum blockchain, you have to overpower 51% of all of them. So that's like what, a million RTX 3060s. You cannot do that, man. And so yeah, this system is rewarded with tokens. That's how they reward stuff with under proof of work. And this is where gas comes in. And so every single transaction that you do on the Ethereum blockchain requires gas. And gas is pretty much just a fine, or it's just a set amount of Ethereum that you need to actually pay in order to put something on the blockchain. And so there've been like a bunch of studies done where people have equated the amount of people that are mining to like an entire city in a second world country, and that's how much energy that people are using just to mine Ethereum or mine Bitcoin and all that sort of stuff. And so that's the biggest hindrance or like downside of uh, mining and the blockchain in general. But people are working towards more sustainable versions of crypto, which is under a blockchain that's using the proof of stake model. And the proof of stake model completely gets rid of mining by changing the the way that blocks are created. And so the other way, the proof of work is leaving your computer on and mining all day. But in proof of stake, we have uh, miners that are replaced with people that have stake in each individual transaction, and they put their own amount of money into or own amount of coins into pretty much a safe or like a bank or a place where they can't use it, and they show that they have stake in this specific transaction, and the person with the most stake on a transaction will actually create that transaction. So instead of the first person that solves the puzzle, it's the person that has the most stake in a transaction. And so instead of mining, they just have stake, and you don't actually get rewarded for it. The fee for actually creating the block goes to you. So mining gets removed entirely, and the environment becomes way more happy, and we don't have all these computers running all the time. And stuff like the Flow blockchain uses this proof of stake model already. There's various marketplaces that uses this model already. NBA Top Shot uses proof of stake, and Ethereum also plans on switching to proof of stake in the near future, but they've been saying that for a couple of years now, so we don't know exactly if they're going to do it. There's a hard blocker with everybody. Yeah, near future. There's a hard blocker with everybody having to switch to this specific way of mining or of creating blocks. So it's gonna be a real struggle there. But some of the main people that are actually pushing for sustainable NFTs and sustainability in the crypto space in general are the artists itself or artists themselves, because every single time like they take these artists are getting millions of dollars, and they've pledged to like donate this amount of like a certain set amount of money to make sure that the amount of money that or the amount of CO2 or the amount of energy that their NFT generate or use to actually make gets put back into the environment, uh, and their NFT pretty much becomes carbon neutral or carbon negative by donating to uh, certain efforts to help NFTs become more sustainable. And so that's enough talk about the background. We're already 18 minutes, so we're just going to the background. Now I know why you're really here is just we want to figure out how to actually do this stuff. And so these are pretty much an outline of the technologies and the frameworks that are used with the creation of NFTs. There's the entire list. We'll go through them one by one, but first we have an example project that I want to show off, because the sample project really highlights on how NFTs are can be automated and created. And so we have right here, we have an example of a contract. And so taken from uh, this is taken from the OpenZeppelin library. We'll go a little bit more into depth into that later, but here is the actual NFT's code, which is pretty small if you really think about it. This NFT sample project uses colors as tokens, so each individual color is pretty much an NFT, and we use this website to interface with the blockchain to actually call a function of to mint each individual NFT, and we could automatically create NFTs on the fly just with a hex value. So Yeah, that's pretty cool. If you ever think about how people actually create like millions of JPEGs and stuff, they probably do something similar to this, where they have one contract, which is this contract, that will actually mint multiple NFTs for you. So real quick, can somebody give me a hex number, a hex color? So pretty much six digits after a pound sign. Anybody in the chat? Oh, okay, Edgar. Oh, all right. I'm going for Joseph's El Clasico. There you go. So we issued we're gonna, if we press mint, we're gonna issue a token that has the color of FFFFFFFF, which is max, which is should be black, pretty sure. And so when we press mint, we have our MetaMask here that's connected, and it's telling us, oh, you're gonna do something on the blockchain. Here, let me help you out, and we'll talk about a little bit more about that in a bit. But there you go. You should be good. Oh no, FFF is white. Man, I'm terrible. But yeah, uh, it showed up right there, and we can see on here, which is well, something that I'm gonna explain a little bit later. You can see that it got minted. What time is it? 16? Oh man, military time. That's terrible. But yeah, we minted something on a block on this blockchain. So how is this happening? What are we doing here? Let's break it down. So we have Solidity as our main programming language that we're going to be utilizing to actually create these contracts. And so it's a high-level language to implement smart contracts, and it's object-oriented, heavily inspired by C++. So if all of us here pretty much who've went through that C++ course, we can jump right into this pretty quickly. And it's designed to target the Ethereum virtual machine. And so let's give an example of a Solidity contract. So here's the Solidity contract. We have some code right here. It looks pretty similar to C++, curly braces, all of that sort of stuff. But this specific line right here, I want to highlight because this is actually where the NFT colors are stored. So the more, it's not like a new token is created on the blockchain, but all of the identification when it comes to each individual token is still stored on this specific contract, which can be sorry, somebody locked on my door, but yeah, this is specifically how this is implemented. Can you zoom in? Oh, it's so true, so true. Hold up. Is that good? You guys see that? But yeah, so it this is pretty much all the magic that comes to creating an NFT when it comes to contracts. And so all we did was overload the constructor that is provided in this library, which is the OpenZeppelin library, and overloaded that constructor. There you go. And then we just overloaded their mint function that's also found here. And bada bing, bada boom, we have a NFT that we can automatically create an entire army of. And so that's what's the Solidity intro. And so, as I said before, we're using the OpenZeppelin library. That is a pretty well-known library for people who are creating smart contracts at this point. They give you that framework of that insanely large document, which is ERC 721, and because they give you the starter code for all of those functions, you don't have to write them yourself. So because I am using OpenZeppelin on this page, or we're importing OpenZeppelin, I don't have to create all of these functions manually. These functions just do like the basics of what an NFT has to do. We don't need to do that like ourselves, because like metadata, I don't want to do that. Like, come on. So we only overload things that we want to do. And so in this specific file, the only thing that we really want to do is mint. because this is the minter of all the colors. So let's just do that. Did you actually pay the gas fee every time you mint an NFT with this? Yeah. You'll see. You'll see. Yeah, it's some pretty cool stuff. Uh, but testnet, testnet, yes, yes. Uh, so we also use Node.js to run the program to make all these NFTs. Allows us to create a website to mint it, and it launches Truffle, which is a very important part of this. And we have a React front end, so we can actually interact with the program. And then, so what is Truffle? Truffle is just a development environment for Ethereum, just like how Node is a development environment for JavaScript. And so we can compile, link, deploy smart contracts. Pretty much everything that we want to do with the smart contract, we do through Truffle. And we also have access to a console, so we can directly communicate with the smart contract on the blockchain itself. And so if I do something like here, we can do some Truffle tests. Your Truffle test, and we can run an automatic suite of tests that is found here. Oh, not there. Here. Oh, get out of here. Here. And we can test our smart contract to make sure that everything is working out nice and well. So we can test deployment to make sure all the addresses are correct, make sure it has a name, make sure it has a symbol, all that sort of stuff. It tests out the minting to see if we mint 3 colors, is it going to come out with 3 colors? And yeah, all that sort of fun stuff we could do with Truffle. And here's the answer to your questions. We're using Ganache as a personal Ethereum blockchain on our local machine. So we're not actually connected to the big boy Ethereum blockchain. We're only connected to something that's running locally on my computer. And so we can run tests, execute commands, inspect the state of the blockchain. And we also have an unlimited Ethereum, which is kind of hilarious. And so this is what Ganache is right here. We can see that we have a bunch of addresses. So this is the blockchain. And we could actually we have balances to each one of these. And so this one has 99.86 Ethereum because we minted some stuff and that it took some gas. And so it technically took out, or I technically paid gas for it, but it's all fake stuff. So we're good. It's in like a test controlled environment. And also I connected my MetaMask to this blockchain. So it also says I have 99 Ethereum right here. And we can impress a lot of people because MetaMask looks so. Your seed. This, which one? Am I getting hacked right now? I don't think. I think we're good, unless I'm not. Oh, this one right here. This one shouldn't. Are you talking about JP? Because this is also. Oh yeah, this one's a fake one. If you use this in for real one, you're okay. It's not worth anything. For sure. I'm not I'm extremely well versed, so I'm not. I'm kind of on my toes here. But yeah, you can see how you can connect this fake account to MetaMask and actually run it with your local host, and see clearly that I'm not connected to the actual mainnet. We're only connected to us locally. So yeah, and the website also shows a one-to-one of what address is being used to deploy the smart contract. So we're good there. Everything's hooked up. Oh, that was my that was my big oopsies. But we're also using the Web3 library in our JavaScript to connect to the Ethereum node. And so the way that MetaMask actually connects to the website that we created is through this Web3 library. So if we didn't have MetaMask installed, we wouldn't be able to actually use this website. And it also allows us to interact with the blockchain through JavaScript as well. If we wanted to call mint, let me find it through here. So if we go to our components, apps.js. We have a specific mint function. Also loading the blockchain data. This is the JavaScript file, by the way. I don't think I showed this yet, but we're loading the blockchain data. We're loading Web3 just to verify that we have MetaMask installed. Yes, right here. So we're using Web3 right here so we can interact with the contract. So we have contract method, then we're just calling mint, and then we're sending it to that specific contract in that account. So there you go. That's what Web3 is for. I did it again. MetaMask, I think everybody knows about MetaMask already. We're using it to store crypto. We're using it to view our tokens. And it's also a browser extension to interact with Web3 and dApps. So, your decentralized apps. And so if Nate wants to talk about Pinata, you hear Nate?
Yeah, so when it comes to an NFT, right, the actual NFT isn't like an actual like file. It's not an actual like JPEG, or it's not an actual like MP3 file. It's just metadata that points to an actual file. So in order to get around that, because say like someone, like you have like an NFT that points to a file that's hosted on like some site, say like Imgur or whatever. And then Imgur takes it down. Now the link that's in your NFT, that metadata, like 404s, right? It's not there anymore. To get around that, we have an IPFS, or an interplanetary file system. And what this is I think when thinking about it the first time, it's helpful to think about it like a torrent, where the information is spread out from like in multiple different places. It's not really a torrent, but it's good to think about it in that sense, trying to understand it. And it's like a distributed file storage, where there are nodes that you can set up or that already exist and you can use for free, where when you upload something, your file is stored on all of those nodes. So when you make an NFT and you have a file that you want your NFT to point to, you put it on some IPFS platform, and a popular free one is Pinata.
Nice. And so after all that talk about NFTs, we're going to do something a little fun. We're going to actually turn one of your guys' anything into an NFT. So that's the cool interactive part of this entire presentation. And so we have a drawing contest. And so we have some rules to this drawing contest because it's going to be turned into an NFT, not on the actual blockchain. It's just going to be on the what testnet again, Nathan?
Ropsten.
Ropsten. Yeah, it's going to be on the Ropsten test blockchain. So it's not like we're going to be using any gas here. We're not going to be paying for anything. It's just we want to show the process of actually deploying the NFT. So if you guys could, give us a picture that you want to be turned into an NFT, not on the real net, but on the test net, that'd be very, very cool. So make sure your art is original, no not safe for work art. It can be made digitally or a picture of a real object. You got 5 minutes. The theme is ACM. Go for it. I'll put like I'll keep track of time. 5 minutes. Should I have a timer? Oh, hold up. Let's go timer 5 minutes. All right. Can you start it? There you go. I wonder if people are actually gonna want to turn something into NFT, and just put in the chat whatever you want to get turned into an NFT. You're gonna turn "Let's Go" into an NFT. That'll be a good one. So while you guys are slaving away trying to find an NFT to mint, does anyone have more? If you're not doing that, do you have any more, colors you want me to turn into an NFT, a fake one? What's your guys' favorite color? Oh, Edgar, there you go. You want to find out what that color is by turning it to an NFT? This is the best way to figure out what a color is.
There's no better way.
Exactly.
Absolutely none. You just have to spend
Can you give me
coding.
Can you give me some of this? Can you give me this much Ethereum?
Man, I don't know. Ethereum's kind of tight right now.
So real, so real. Send it my way though. All right, thank you.
Uh,
Gotta refresh it. Oh, it's red. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy.
it's a pretty cool color red too.
Yeah. Anyone else? Samantha, are you trying to find a NFT to mint, or are you trying to think of a good color? I think you gave a color before. Oh, Florian gave a color. Let me find that one. Do you actually know what color this is, Florian, or is it just some rando? Purplish? All right, let's see. Let's see. Okay, I think it worked. Oh man. See, all right. Every single color has to be unique. There you go. It rejects it because there's a certain check in the contract to make sure every single color is unique. So there you go. Heck yeah. Oh, nice. It is purple. Tried to borrow my ether. Is that for real? For real? Come on, man. Go try to borrow my ether. You can't do that. Using local blockchain. Oh, you're it's now borrowable. So true. I can reset it and turn it to 0. You already know. See how much time we got left in the clock. 2 minutes. You got 2 minutes to submit your cool pictures. Honestly, I don't think 5 minutes for original art is gonna be a lot. So if anything, if you guys are just want to send something, just send it. The theme is ACM. But if it isn't the ACM theme, then so be it. Oh, we got our first entry from the boy Gino. Wait, let's see. Let's see what it is. Oh. Oh my gosh, we got so many entrants. We got this one. We got the first one. We got hold on, I'm downloading everything right now, guys. We're gonna show it off for the world to see. Yeah, this is Roy, by the way. This is a beautiful NFT by Gino. What the heck is this? We got we got another one right here. Oh, it's gone. Oopsies. There you go. This one's by Kobe. Oh my gosh. You guys can't hear it, but the time is up. That is so loud. All right, time's up. Okay, we have a we have a monkey that I have no isn't this the monkey from the from the picture? We have that one. And then we have this one. NFT cap. Look at that one. That was pretty good. I like that one. We're getting smaller and smaller, by the way, with these window sizes. I got to get everybody up. We have 2 more. Here's the the NFT Shrek that Billy posted. I like this one a lot, personally. He's got some mad nose hair. Or is that just the depths of his nose? And then for our last one, we have an NFT by Roy. Oh, dude, this one's strong. Kobe made this? Oh, he did? Nice. What's poppin'? UCR. Does anyone have a preference? Should we vote? Or should Nate pick your favorite?
Let's go with Kobe's. Looks pretty high effort.
Yeah, I like this one. All right.
This
We'll
is
turn
Donnie
this into
boarding, right?
do a poll. Oh man, it's so true. I don't know how to do a poll though. Hold up. Poll. Breakout rooms. Dude, I literally don't know how to make a poll. Where is it?
Just have them type the numbers left to right.
Oh, okay,
Roy is number 1. Paint is number, what is that? 5, 6.
so true.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. 1
Yeah,
to 6.
guys, vote
Random chat.
one through 6, as Edgar said. Edgar had 4. He's got the
The
cap.
ACM cap was high effort.
6, 6, 6, 6. Oh, okay, there you go.
All right.
I think it's a blowout, guys. Wait. I don't want to call it too soon. One more second. 4, 4, 3. Oh my god. I can't count this. I wish there was an NFT for this. 1, 2. Okay, it looks like 6-1. I will say 6 is 1. All right, do you want to share your screen, Nate? So you can
Yeah.
go through that process.
Let me download this. Give me a second.
Yeah, I'll download that real quick.
Then
Turn that into an NFT, and while he's trying to do that, I'm just gonna go over should you learn how to code for the blockchain. Honestly, there's some pretty good pros, which is that the entire blockchain space is a new frontier. Like nobody knows what's gonna happen. It's like Wild West. You can just make it big all of a sudden, all that sort of stuff. High interest as of now. There's a lot of money circulating in the NFT space, and it's pretty trendy. So if you want to keep up with the trends, start coding for the blockchain, start making some NFTs. But some cons include like uncertain future. We don't know if this stuff is gonna stick around. We don't know if there's gonna be a lot of job listings one day, and also we don't know the applications of NFTs, if it's gonna actually take its hold on actual enterprise businesses, if they're gonna actually want this sort of stuff. But also I have no clue. So maybe if you want to go for it. It's pretty fun, honestly, seeing the stuff that you create just be put onto somewhere public like the blockchain. So if you want to code for the blockchain, I say do it. And yeah, there's some resources right here if you want to check them out. This is the sample project that I used, and there's an official guide that Nate followed to actually mint this JPEG, and there's the ERC 721 standard if you're so interested. You good, Nate?
yeah, cool. So I'm gonna share my
Hi.
screen now. Okay, so can you guys see my VS Code?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. So essentially what the guide that I followed had me do is in order to mint an NFT, NFTs are associated with a smart contract. And as Vinz explained, a smart contract is like code that's on the blockchain. So what the guide has you do is it lets you like create a smart contract, which is this like Solidity file here. and you can just like read through it quickly to try and get an idea of what it's doing. Yeah, it's a lot of code that I copied. You take the smart contract, the Solidity file, and then you deploy that onto the blockchain. In this case, we're using the Ropsten testnet. There's a testnet and a mainnet. In the testnet, you need to be able to test all these things without using like actual money to like mint the NFT. So we're using a testnet. And to get money on a testnet, you can just straight up like Google. The term is a dispensary, I believe, just like testnet, dispensary, Ethereum, Ropsten, and then you'll find a website where you can put in your public key or your wallet address, and it'll just send you like 5 Ether or something like that, something crazy like that. But yeah, so what you do is you take a smart contract, you deploy the smart contract. Once you do that, you're given an address for the smart contract, which is on the blockchain. And with that, you're able to actually mint an NFT. And the NFT itself is just metadata. It's just this JSON file here. So this is left over from some stuff that I was testing, but I will change the screen I am sharing to Firefox. So Pinata, like I mentioned before, is a good like choice if you want to put an NFT out there because it's not hosted in one place. It's hosted in a distributed sense. So I uploaded this thing where or like the picture that we chose, and we're given like the URL for it. So we can take that URL, and I will switch back to VS Code, and we can just throw it there. And then we're able to give it a name and description that'll show up in our MetaMask wallet once we actually like do them into NFT. So something like ACM test description. This was minted during an ACM general meeting, something like that. And I think the character limit for this is like 100 or something like that. Storing actual data on the blockchain is very, very, what's it called, expensive. So that's why you have it in metadata like this. So now that we have this, we're going to store the actual NFT, the actual metadata on Pinata as well. So I will go ahead and do that really quick. Just upload it. And I'm not sharing my screen for this because I did not create a demo folder. So I'm just scrolling through a bunch of files and I don't know what I should have and what I should not have.
So true.
Okay, so it's uploading and it's uploaded. And we're given a link for this JSON data on Pinata. So that is this link right here. So we can take it to the mint NFT code that they gave us. And the Web3 API that I'm using is Alchemy. It's completely free. If you want to mess with something like this, you're probably going to end up using Alchemy. And we have the smart contract address where, or that was created using the smart contract here. And put the metadata link in here. And you can start minting the NFT. And after it does this, it's going to give us a transaction hash. Transaction hash is just, it's something that you can use to like see the results of what happens. So I will change back to Firefox. There's sites like Etherscan that let you like explore the blockchain by address, and you can enter the address of the transaction hash to get an idea of what happened during this process. And you can see the status is success, meaning the NFT was successfully minted. And you can see some other information about it. You can see the smart contract that was used for this because each NFT is associated with a smart contract. And since we're following a standard to create the NFTs, it was like something 721, you're able to transfer NFTs between smart contracts too. And that's how NFTs get on the marketplace and get like sent to your own wallet and stuff like that. You can be able to transfer. It's all standard, it's all set. And we also see an ID for the NFT. And each contract can like generate as many NFTs as it like wants to, I guess, as long as you have like the money for it in order to mint it. And this is the 5th one that I've minted using this smart contract. So with this info, I'm going to like actually view the NFT. There is access control without configuring with like messing around with it. It's only viewable by the person who actually created it or who actually like owns it at the time. So I'm gonna share my screen on my phone because what's it called? This wallet, MetaMask, does not let you view your NFTs in the browser extension. So give me a second to get that set up. Okay, so you should be able to see like my phone screen right now. And we're gonna go to MetaMask. And then you can see like I have a ton of like Ether from the dispenser that I used and an import NFT. The address that we have to give it is the address of the smart contract because our NFTs are associated with smart contracts. And then the ID number, so the number in which it has been minted. This is the 5th one that we saw on Etherscan. Import the 5th one. And we're able to see our NFT. And you're able to transfer this to anyone who has like a wallet too. So if you have your wallet, I can transfer it to you if you'd want. Just drop your address. And yeah.
No, nice. Is this the best way to share files now? Low key? Not really that hard of a process, no?
Just a little
That's
involved.
that's how you share your memes now. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We're done here. Now I'm gonna show let me share the ending slides real quick. Ta-da. But yeah, that's it. Real quick, we have a quick announcement. It's about Jumble. So a recent UCR alumni reached out to us and told us that they have a kind of pseudo startup that they created, and it's called Jumble, and it's a club platform for announcements. So pretty much you get notifications for all your stuff for all the clubs that you're in. And so we just wanted to let you guys know that we're on Jumble. So if you sometimes find out that you don't really get the most up-to-date information from Slack because they're not sending you notifications or whatnot, make sure to check us out on Jumble and get us on there so you can make sure you really feel involved. And also we have a night with alumni that's happening in like an hour and a half. No, 30 minutes. Just kidding. It's happening real soon. So if you registered for that, just giving you a heads up. And there's also an election info session that's happening this Friday. So if you want to get on board for the upcoming school year, make sure you go to there. It's that Friday at 5 p.m. It's also going to be on Discord, I'm pretty sure. Might be on Discord. It might be. Roy, do you have an update on that? It's going to be on Discord?
I'm actually thinking that it should be on Zoom just for like simplicity's sake. We can kind of make a lot of breakout rooms easily without a lot of like voice channels.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Sounds good. So yeah, it's going to be on Zoom. Heard it from the man himself. And also we have open board meetings. Just a reminder. So every Monday from 6 to 7, if you're interested in joining board, you want to see what's happening in the DMs, we are putting it out for the entire world to see. And here's some socials. And yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming, guys. Appreciate it.